This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to Old School Barbecue. Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. Back here at Old School Barbecue, and guess who I got with me? Look, and before we get started, we got our rides in. We got a lot of things to talk about, some rodeos, but I told y'all when we taped last Monday, I didn't know what the score was going to be or what happened after that blowout. My buddy brought me, he been telling me he's going to bring me a Cuban cigar. He works with the people, he distributes them. He didn't bring me one, he brought me three. He brought me three. And we're talking a little baseball, but I got one thing to say. Never go on social media and criticize a high school or a college athlete. And then come back, he played good all year, had a bad game. And Jordan Thompson, you the toughest. You a fighter. You a winner. Coach.
Well, he kicked it off in the championship game with that RBI, and that set the tone.
Look, not only that, but his coach. You see all the celebrations. I've been watching and smoking some cheap cigars, but now I got a Cuban. I'm going to go watch some more replays. Let me tell you what. Coach Johnson, it's just amazing how y'all think, how y'all winners. Coach Maneri, you've been on the show. You know, a lot of those kids are still there coming from him. Coach Bertman is really, he's the godfather. He does everything. And a lot of people follow his way he does it, the way he plans. We got coaches coming, coaches leaving. But let me tell you what. Don't criticize them on social media. Pros, yeah. Maybe the coaches sometimes because they're getting paid. You can say what you want. And it's all right to be opinionated. I was too. But I ain't down no kid. And I ain't going to put it on social media. All I'm going to say is right now, go Tigers. There are almost 5 million people in Louisiana. Twice this year we celebrate.
That's right.
I got a Cuban cigar. My doctor going to fuss at I'm a horse now. But that horse is from this heat. I'm so glad to have you. You got your new rides in. We got some fishing reports. We had given these trips away and we fundraisers. We got a good trip came up. It came out of Island Marina with Cap Max. So we're going to talk about that. And I got an apology to make about another rodeo and tournament. So stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, and boy, does he have some sac-a-lait report. Everywhere I go, they ask me about it, even before the speckled trout now, where the sac-a-lait? Where all the water's gone? Where are we going to go catch fish? He's got the answer. Put the pressure on him. We'll be right back. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, Old School Barbecue, and we got Marty Campbell on camera.
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Welcome to J.B. Salter's World. J.B. Jr. Salter, Blaine Salter. Blaine, we've been talking about this for months. Everybody knows we had trouble getting material, all manufacturers, out of China, out of everywhere. Things been going. You got it rolling.
Finally.
So you was busy like all get out before now. Now you must really be busy getting these out.
I hadn't had a problem with rods. It was just reels and parts were most of the problem. And right after the pandemic, I'd started on a new trigger system for a new reel. It's called SJP, Salter's Jig and Pole Trigger. But took us about 2 years in the design to finally get it in. We used to promote Lose a lot. It's a similar trigger system to all of them. It's got a tight drag when you hold it so you can dock shoot, but I upgraded extra ball bearings, all premium parts, and I'll tell you what, it's been compact, pretty, superior bait and tackle. Just picked up a large order.
What do you think your daddy was thinking? He had a little old plastic little reel.
Still our number one seller.
Yeah, with the little bitty little round thing. Look, and he pulled his slack off. He didn't shoot as much, but he had with all these bad fishermen that went to pitching. Your daddy been pitching for years.
Well, what this does too, it's not necessarily just for shooting. You can simply, with a slight flip it 30 to 40 feet.
I know.
So it just extends the distance. The same system that Dad taught as a fly rod and upside down, with this system, you just have an extra 30 feet you can cover now. So it's adding on.
You got to sit there when you see this and you've been taking them. And imagine your daddy watching this outfit right here.
Oh, he was old school. Number one, if he came back at this time and someone pulled up with that TV screen we call live scope in front, and he saw a fish swim and a bait come down and that fish get caught, I'm not sure what he would do. And that's what a lot of these old schoolers, I went fishing
everywhere
with Glenn.
I went, I got pure fishing. And we got flugers. And I've always had ultralights in the boat. Number one rule when we went with your daddy, he gave me, I had a bunch of rods here. My ultralight didn't go in the boat. As some other guys,
you were probably fishing in the trees in Old River.
Yeah, we were fishing in trees.
I tell you what, I got the chance to fish with Glenn Davis last weekend. And first thing Glenn asked me is like, hey, you want to run the live scope? You want to run the trolling motor? So it was an honor to fish with him. And his boat, he stuck me up at the front running the trolling motor. I'm watching him. He's wearing the fish out. He's not even looking at the live scope. All right, I'm sitting back like, hey, why don't you come up here and run the live scope?
He's been fishing there for weeks.
Don't matter how bad it is. He set me up. He put me in the driver's seat, and you think that having that scope on there can actually benefit you, but that's less time your bait's in the water. And he wore me out. I'll go ahead and give him his props. But I came back in the end, and we caught a few. But one thing, folks, you better be careful out there. The bite was on from 11 to 1. We fished Old River, fished shade patterns deep on piers. We made it 2 hours in that heat, and I couldn't go anymore. It is really, you better stay hydrated
We
out
got
there.
some pictures. We're going to use the fit part, but I want to do right now, I want to talk about this. Marty, can he get right here and just give a little demonstration?
I don't know if we can do a demo, but they can go. I sure do. I've got a video online. I've got several videos that you can go to on YouTube.
You got to get it to Marty so we can use it. You got to get it to Chris.
Absolutely.
I want a demonstration. But you was showing all them a while ago. Yeah.
One more thing to touch base on.
All right.
We did a show with Frank Morgan a couple months back. We went to Toledo Bend, and actually that cover picture made the Louisiana Sportsman. That was your trip. This right here is this Morgan Series. That's his signature rod made by Salter's Jigging Pole. We went to a 12 and 14-foot split cork grip. You can find those at Superior Bait and Tackle online. But that's Frank Morgan's signature series rod right there. That's his design.
Let's repeat that. Where can they find these rods? Superior Bait and Tackle?
Superior Bait
What
and Tackle.
about the big stores yet?
I'm staying away from the big stores.
Okay.
If you walk in your Superiors, your Bowies, your Spillway Sportsmans, your Independents, and you ask some of these guys, hey, what's a good jigging pole? They walk you over to Salter's rack. So I stayed away from the big box guys. I only support the independent local retailers in just about every region in the state. We have about 60 retailers, 60 to 80 retailers now, dealers.
But all you do, how long if they order a rod on the internet, how long will it take to get them?
If they order tonight, they'll have it Thursday anywhere in the state.
Anywhere in the state?
Anywhere in the state of Louisiana. Most of the time.
What about the country? They got people
Doesn't
watching
matter.
us.
Usually it's 3-4 days max. I can ship to New York, anywhere in the country.
Look, anything else you want to say? We're going to take a break. I can't wait to get to the fishing report and some of the other things we got on the agenda.
That's it for me. Go Tigers. What a week.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers. Look here. Got colors on, but you got your colors on.
Got your nice Cuban round cigars.
I will celebrate. I got my cutter. Thank you, Marty. We're coming right back. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, Old School Barbecue. You know, this is Sunday evening. They usually close, but I come here during the week. During the lunch, you talking about treating me good. And they send me a to-go box when I leave. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Gonna shoot from about 20 feet, see if I can pop this little cork. We're gonna see what happens.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. You know, we've been so busy. We have rodeos and everything this time of year. I made a bad mistake the other day. I get noticed. That's why I tell everybody, if you're going to advertise me, you send me a flyer and you remind me every Sunday morning for the upcoming weekly show, especially if your event's coming up that week. Well, last week I did something earlier. I've been talking about the Golden Medal Fuchson Rodeo. It's this past weekend. Last Monday when we taped, I mentioned everything. I did not mention, I blew it, the Golden Medal Fuchson Rodeo. I have video and everything. Well, naturally, we don't always get a report because they're so wore out when they get through. But I'm gonna have some more information how the rodeo went. But we got a bunch of rodeos coming up, and I want to mention. And when I was talking about the different captains been donating, I want to mention something up because if y'all saw last week, TJ, Tocqueville Bourgeois Charter, you see how they remodeled that thing. His daddy would be so proud of him because, I mean, it's first class. It looked like 5-star accommodations now, and they worked on it. They've always, yes, Tocqueville, and right now they're recovering and it's in it. So it won't be long. They'll be back donating trips and helping. We're going to make a fishing trip with some of their captains, and they're catching fish. Now, Venice Marina, how many things I've done at Venice Marina and the marinas over there. The butlers have been tremendous to me. Every time we go on there, the big guy, Cajun Fishing Division, Ron Lambert, donate hunting fishing, taking kids, hunting, fishing, blast, and cast. I miss you, Captain. There's so many of y'all. I want to thank y'all. I want to remind you now, we back on the circuit again, these lot of kids. I need y'all to donate a trip. I will help with the tip. I will help with the marinas, always help with the shrimp and the lot. It benefits so many organizations that you will not believe. Just like Swofest, how much money, you saw what they did. Hey guys, it's a shout out to y'all. Now, when do I think? Here's the rodeos coming up. I don't want to mess up now. Apologize to Golden Meadow. I'll make it up to y'all after y'all fed me and everything and took me fishing. But y'all saw that. I was fishing with Sheriff over there. Just remember what I tell you. Always remind me Sunday morning, send me an email and remind me, because I'm getting old. I got sometimes. It's not as bad as
Got sometimes. I like that one.
It's called Sometimes I Can't Remember. Just like I forgot the name I wanted to mention a while ago just now. Cutoff Rodeos, this coming up. Bridgeside Marina, this coming July the 13th, 14th, and 15th. That's Thursday through Saturday. Bridgeside Marina, Cutoff, annual rodeo, sort of a festival. Then you got the Big Daddy Grand Isle Rodeo coming, and the Fort Pie coming up the end. Fort Pie in Venice, at Venice Marina, and then you got the Grand Isle at the end of the island right there. It used to be Sand Dollars Grand Isle Marina. It'll be there. I got a word. This is part of a fishing report and a bit. David Hamilton sent me a picture of some fish he caught. He was fishing Catawatchie. And there was a Santa Mar bass tournament, a fish out of the bayou sitting there. Him and his son. It's just a beautiful trip with his son. I got Dayton, or it's Peyton. You can watch ball right back. He's so proud he's his best fish partner. They caught some beautiful fish. I don't know how they placed, what they won, but he gave a great fishing report. They would catch them on top water, fishing buzzbait, a delta buzzbait, and he was fishing, they were punching. And he also caught some on top water. Early in the morning, before it got hot, it was just unbelievable. Now, the rest of it, I tell you, Toledo men, they'll all be in the report. This is the man going to have the Sac-Lake report when we come back. The Berkeley Abu Garcia fishing report. And we're going to start calling the Salters Jigging Post fishing report. We're coming right back.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and the Blaine Salters Fishing Report. Blaine, freshwater sac-a-lait. I got a few bass reports. I got a few sac-a-lait reports, but you've been the mainstay lately. Give me some good, you got pictures, and tell me about sac-a-lait right now. Water's low. Tell us what's going on.
Water's low, water's hot. So a rule of thumb is you're not going to be able to fish like you can in September or early January, February, March, where you can make an all-day trip. So you got to pick your best 4 hours to try to beat the heat. And what we found is that the bites later in the day, and that's kind of universal everywhere. As that sun gets up or towards the end of the month, you have a full moon and fish are feeding overnight. They're not going to bite that next morning, but shade is your friend. The bait fish shad crowding under docks, that's your key right there. If you don't have live scope, look for wherever your bait fish are or gore fish on the top. And bait fish, your sac-a-lait, are on the bottom. That's how we caught them in Old River. They were suspended just off the bottom. The amount of bait fish in Old River, and
you seen them.
You can see the bait fish. If you had a net, you could grab them.
I'm talking about on the live scope.
The fish we actually caught, we didn't even see on live scope. We just knew they were in a shady pattern.
Bell River, Lake Verret. Still getting words from them. I know the catfish in Lake Verret.
Still catching fish in both. Still catching fish in both. Grassy Lake as well. Steve Fontana 2 weeks ago wore them out in Grassy Lake. They never leave that area.
I had a picture last week and it didn't come out. Him and his brother, John. They were catching them big sac-a-lait. Lake Palourde. They were catching some bass in Lake Palourde the other day, big.
It's the feeder system.
Jackhammer. I hope Chris might find it. I'll send it to you again. Him and his brother fishing a jackhammer. It's a vibrating jig, all it is, and fishing blue and black color. Bass at Venice. Venice is unbelievable right now. Water's low. You got to watch where you're running in the passes. But everywhere, I've been getting reports for Main Pass, other passes, down in Grand Pass. Record sent me a picture the other day, but no, he ain't sending me the picture.
I heard good reports out of Grand Isle.
Huh?
Grand Isle as well.
Well, yeah, but we ain't going to get to saltwater. I'm talking about right now, freshwater. I'm talking about in Venice. Trout, the redfish, you name it, offshore, snapper. You know, everybody been catching snapper and then, but you got to watch that weather. Been having some windy days. Grand Isle is Fouchon. All my friends them been fishing. Timberlea. On the island, crabs. Okay, Mike sent me a picture. Mike Landry sent me a picture. Mike Gilbert, excuse me. Mike Gilbert sent me a picture of his wife and them. Crabs are running. You can get you a line, you get your set nets. Where we used to do it is get some poles, put you some little chain on it, sink it, put you some beef lip on them, put them on the bait, set it out, come back and walk with your little badminton net and throw them in the crate while you're floating basket. It's nothing better. And the crabs are running. Crabs are running. Beaches are clean. Things are going on. Just watch the weather and watch the heat. What else? You got anything? Let me see if we missing anything.
That's it.
Just send me those reports, please. Y'all guys are going on Facebook. There's a lot of people seeing them. I can't transfer them. I'm a computer illiterate. Send it to me, Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com. Lowercase, Gary at ParadiseLouisiana. Send me a picture and a report where you caught them. She ain't got to be exact spot. You don't say that big oak tree is on the corner of that bar. No, I don't want you to do that. But hey, give it an area, people that fish it, that raise in there, you got to pitch it. I'm about to forget, Big Lake. I've been getting some great reports from Big Lake down in Lake Charles, and that area they're coming in. I was getting some things from Sycamore Point, but I haven't gotten it. If you're watching this show in the state channel, if you're watching on Channel 4, or you're watching on YouTube, please send us a report. That's the only thing that keeps us different than everybody else. You agree?
I agree.
All right. They got a lot of good shows on them. A lot of them I've been on. I've helped them. Don Dubuque and Chris does them, all them shows, and you see them on Channel 2 and all the other stations. My buddy down there, Big Fish. I'm rambling right now. I'm trying to mention all them names. Kevin Ford and my buddy over there, Danica Bailey Williams, C.T. Williams. He's always catching fish. He always got a great report. Call them guys. All you got to do is call them marinas, call them people I mentioned, and get a good fishing report. Keep praying. We're in storm season. Keep it straight. Remember what I told you. Sunscreen and a lot of water, a lot of Powerade. Anything that is, especially with your kids, you watch them that fast, you can get sick. And when you're older like me, see me hoarse right now? That's it.
Go Tigers.
All right. When my ride coming? You got my ride coming?
I got your ride.
You better tell your customers. Thank you so much. This is changing.
You can pick one up at one of our sponsors, Superior Bait and Tackle, this week. They're ready to go.
I go by there. I go by there all the time. So don't forget them. Superior Bait and Tackle on Seagan Lane. And don't forget, come by Old School Barbecue one day during the week for lunch. You won't believe it. They got political stuff going on here, the talking, and barbecue's unbelievable, especially that one little to-go plate. I mean, they got sausage, they got chicken, they got ribs, they got everything. They got beans, they got potato salad. Making me hungry, huh? They don't have nothing here tonight. Dwayne, thank you one more time. Thank y'all for watching. God bless Louisiana. God bless the people that helped me put it on, too. We'll be back. Go Tigers. Don't forget. Don't badmouth them. College athletes on social media. Please. Go. You ready?
I'm ready.
I bet your boys were excited, huh?
Oh, yeah. I just got over being hoarse from watching the game.
I'm not over yet. See y'all next week.
Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Gimco, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.